Would you revive me if I was down? Or would you loot my body, baby? Would you die going for my tag?
You're like,
please get that guy. Let's game together, baby. We might get a dub today. I will thirst the guy who killed you. Because we are friends and we game together.
howdy, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Sweaty Plebs podcast.
Oh, that was actually the start?
Yes, it is now.
Man.
Yep, that's what we're going with.
And
I thought we were using the other one.
No, we're going.
I wrote down a whole bunch of these, man.
This one's great. Save it. Big week this week. I thought the PlayStation week was a really good week, and this one kind of shits on it a little bit. It really dampens its glory.
Let's not say shits on it.
Doesn't.
Yeah. Let's get into our games.
This is a spicy week.
No, actually, let's get into the dranks, and then we'll get into games.
Somebody else go first because I need to pull up the doc.
All right, Aiden, you up?
The legal doc.
Got a Stillwater Artisanal. Remember me. Bam.
Wow, this is like
got a verified check.
the plainest can.
You know me. I'm all about that clean design.
It's not even. It's very plain, but also it's not plain.
But it's
Beautiful.
bold at the same time. Is that what it is? Like modern art? Is that how modern art is portrayed?
Modern art.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, I'm moving my thing all around.
Oh, I should have read this before I bought it. It is a double India Pale Ale, double dry hopped with Citra and Nelson Sauvignon.
Yep.
All right.
Spicy today, eh?
That's a strong taste, boys. It's good.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's
Is it juicy?
It's strong. Very juicy. I would say if it was in the 12-ounce category can, I would love this. I've got a feeling by the end of it, I'm not going to love it, but
Fair enough.
It's good. Love the can.
All right. I will go so we can give Dylan some time. I have Barrel Brothers. My wife did a quick run up there before the weekend. This is called Milk Was a Bad Choice. It is a peaches and cream milkshake double IPA.
I'm interested.
I think we've had that together before.
Have we? It's very possible.
Yeah.
I love their writings. So this one it says "Stay classy" on the back, and it goes, "Milkshake IPAs are a delicate thing. On one hand, you've got the classic elements of an IPA: citrus, pine, and malty foundation. On the other, you've got a timeless piece of Americana in the form of a sweet blended dessert beverage. Combining the two, on paper at least, would arguably be the worst than watching your beloved dog Baxter punt off a bridge. Not very classy at all.
Nice.
But everyone loves a redemption story. And today, redemption is spelled MILKSHAKE IPA. Take a sip and see for yourself why Milk Was a Bad Choice isn't so bad after all."
I feel like that's a shout out to the Anchorman movie, the movie of the Anchorman.
Yeah, I think you nailed that reference
It's like
there, my guy.
True story of the #1 San Diego news station in San Diego, also in the world.
Wow, that is peachy. It is very peachy.
Peachy Keen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Surprising. I think it's
What's,
a little too novelty, but
Yeah. Yeah,
What's the milk taste on it?
I'm not a fan of the milk.
I don't really notice it that much.
Beers.
It just has lactose in it.
Yeah, it has lactose.
I think that's the right level of milky taste.
Yeah, I don't really notice it that
neat,
much. Yeah.
Well, I've got something from BBB Brewing Co. Actually, Booze Brothers Brewing Co. It's not actually BBB Brewing Co.
I like that green on that can. It's a pretty color.
It's a Mosaic Minded Hazy Session IPA.
Oh man, we all about them IPAs today.
I mean, every day, all days. It tastes good. Yeah,
Good.
It's good beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's not my favorite that we've had on here, but
it's quality.
That'll do,
Solid.
pig.
it is not bad.
Solid 6 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
I would give it a 5.2 out of 10.
Oh, that is
Disappointing.
that's average.
Yeah.
Actually, that was just the ABV. Tricked you. I would give it a nice 7 out of 10.
Okay.
That's good. I feel like you made the right choice. I'm also noticing now that mine's 8%. So, went for a ride, boys.
Mine's 8% also.
Oh.
Faulkner's in for the biggest ride.
Yeah. Faulkner is in for the chameleon challenge today. He's
Yeah.
gonna turn into red.
All right, let's get into games we're playing. I will go first. I didn't play much games this week. I played a little bit of Hades 2. Or Hades.
Hades too.
Also.
Whoa.
Hades also.
Whoa. Tell me about that.
When you told me that you unlocked like upgrading weapons, I didn't unlock that yet. And that night, I unlocked upgrading weapons. And yes, there's a conversation that leads to it. BT dub.
Oh my god. I didn't tell you I unlocked them. I had them unlocked for literally since the day since it came out. I had them unlocked. Like the ability to unlock them.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to because it didn't explicitly tell you,
Mhm.
or maybe it did,
It
and
does.
I
You have a
ignored
conversation
it.
with the Scully guy, and he goes, "Hey, look at those
Mhm.
weapons over there. It's glowing a different color, and they glow red, right? Whatever you're using."
Yeah,
And then you reveal, and then it brings the screen up. Yeah. So you have
that's my
specific
problem. I
conversation.
skip a lot of the dialogue.
Well, I started
Even
reading the
now-
dialogues when you told me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna read this, and then I read it. I was like,
It's
oh, happenstance.
they do such a good job on the dialogue, and it's one of the best parts of the game. But once you hit a certain point of it, it's just like
You're just ready to do the run. Yeah.
yeah. So unfortunately, I skipped that part.
Yeah.
The game's a lot easier when you upgrade. I know this is a theme in my gaming in 2020, but yeah, upgrade your shit. Games are better and more fun when you have better shit.
Who knew?
Yeah. So
Not me.
I played that, and then I've been playing Destiny 2. And when I say been playing, I only played it today. So
How was it?
it's
You can play it again.
You know, it's Destiny, so it just always feels good, gameplay wise, right? It's just a good feeling game, gun wise, gunplay. Load times are always bad, expected. There's a lot of content to play. There's just so much going on right now. Now that like I unlocked the expansion because we got it free with Game Pass, so I'm like playing. I have those story missions to do, and then it's a new season, and they have like new season stuff, like quest lines to do. So I'm doing that. So there's just a lot of stuff to do. But it's just more Destiny, so you just have to have that in mind. But it's fun to play with
Yeah,
people
yeah.
because I was playing my buddy Tim, and we were just running around doing these seasonal quest lines.
Dizzy. Into hizzy.
Yeah. So
Shouts
Yeah.
out T-Bone.
I've got that at 76% downloaded.
all right.
Wait, no. No,
I forgot to start
76
it, but-
of 109 gigabytes downloaded. I'm
Okay.
only at 70%. Yeah. Sorry.
So it shouldn't take me too long, so I'll catch up.
We'll see.
I'm looking forward.
Alright.
It's fun.
I
One
mean,
thing to
we
say
all know
about it,
Destiny's a
there's-
fun game.
There's something to do in that game. There's always going to be something to do. In the meantime, I will say that much. There's a lot of content to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now that we haven't played it for a year.
Yeah, more than that. More than a year.
More than a year.
Yeah.
No, we downloaded it.
Yeah, we played it for a week, and then we got one of those
A week, yeah.
expansion blockers and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
But now that it's all unlocked, and then the next expansion's also going to be unlocked, so it's like, fuck it.
I
It's
am
good.
juiced.
It's good to be a Game Pass member in that sense, and a fan of Destiny as a whole.
Agreed. Big agree.
Yeah.
So Destiny 2 will be on my games we're playing next week.
Yeah. And we'll
'cause
have
I'm downloading.
We'll have a big crew, and then for Gambit, we can grab Tim, and then we have a four
Yeah.
man team.
Oh, I tried to get my dad to download it today. The Papa Fish.
It's gonna be so good.
Dude, if we can get 2 more people, we can raid.
I know my dad would be down to play Destiny. I just have to convince him to either buy it or get Game Pass, which Game Pass would be the smart decision, but my dad is so weird about subscriptions.
Sure.
I told him I would buy him a code.
Just buy him a 3-month thing. You can get on CD keys. It's like discounted for 3 months.
No. I know. I
Yeah.
told him I would buy him one, and he
Yeah.
said he wouldn't use it because he doesn't want to get charged for it after the fact. And I was like, that's
Not how that
it
works. Yeah.
Just
That's
cancel.
not how it works.
Set it up and cancel.
Yeah. But Aiden knows how the pop-up can be.
Yeah.
I understand. I don't know if raiding with him would be a good idea,
That's
but
probably-
I want to do it still.
I think it would be
It
fun.
would be the best idea. As long as we don't do like the hard versions, it would
Yeah.
be the best.
Because I do like
It'd be
playing with
so
your
much
dad.
fun.
He's so much fun to
Yeah.
play with on COD.
Yeah. He's an
Here's
angry
a
little guy.
impersonation of my dad. I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
It's pretty
It's
good.
a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
Um,
we're mostly a full raid team, so that'd be kind of fun to
I
try a
know.
bunch of just
oh,
need.
we could get Oscar too. We could just have it.
Yeah, I
full
guess we
squad.
could get Oscar. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be fun
Just
to have
make
a full
Oscar.
raid party. 'Cause-
That would be the only time I've ever done a Destiny raid with a full
A friends.
6-man group. Yeah. I've done 5-mans a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but never 6.
Because I would say the raid content is the content I've touched the least. Especially the new
Destiny
raids.
2?
There's like 2 new raids I've never played, and a lot of them are
Destiny
getting
2, I
vaulted.
didn't touch any of them. Destiny 1, I did all of them
Yeah.
pretty regularly.
Mhm.
So
I did all of them except for the
Um,
final one, the final raid.
I might have missed the final one actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty much playing Hades like exclusively. I've played Mario a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But I'm playing Sunshine, and I feel like every time I play, like it feels old, or I hit some like bug where I just get trapped in a corner and die, and I just can't move. It's just frustrating. It's annoying.
Yeah. That's why I wish they did a real remaster, as opposed to
Yeah,
just
actually
a,
remake the games.
yeah, instead
Yeah.
of just a resolution upgrade.
I think I'm just super unlucky with what's going on, because I don't feel like it's a buggy game, but it just feels like
It feels old.
either I suck, or the game is old, or some combination where I end up like just dying to something that I have no control over,
I think
which is very frustrating.
when I think of like playing old games, 3D games are the hardest to go back to. Like going back to, for me, like a Super Nintendo game or even a Nintendo game where it's like sprites just feels better than
Yeah.
than especially like
Yeah.
the OG 3D games. That's like
64 feels really bad.
yeah, that's what I heard.
Like-
64 feels
like with
really
the-
old.
Like it doesn't feel bad. Old is better. Yes,
Yeah.
it feels really old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Playing with 2 thumbsticks, it's like, this just feels weird. It just doesn't feel right. You know?
Yep.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much it for me. Like Hades, I haven't beaten it. I'm really enjoying it. I probably would have beaten Hades by now if I knew that I could have upgraded my weapons.
You'll get there, buddy.
Now you know.
That's my fault. I've gotten him like literally one hit 3 times. I did it again today, and it's just I keep running out of I forget what they're called, extra lives basically,
Mm.
and like not having enough when I get to that last area, which again, just me not being perfect at that game.
Get
So,
good, bro.
I'll do it. I'll get there.
Yeah, I know.
You'll do it one day. I'm curious, just because, are you actually getting one hit away from winning the game, or
I've beaten the first
One
I don't know how
Phase?
many. Yeah, the first phase. I've beaten the first phase. I can do that very consistently now. I get one hit away from the phase after.
and just so you know, it is just 2 phases, unless they've changed something since last time I won.
Okay, yeah. I haven't gotten past so I don't actually know, but now I do know. So yes, I have gotten one hit away many times. It's very frustrating. It's
Okay.
the last time I lost, I had a sliver of health myself for probably like 5 minutes of the fight,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just playing, just dodging everything. It's like, why can't I do this when I have a lot of health? Like, why
Yeah.
can I not keep my health for the end?
It's the pressure. The pressure's getting to
Yeah.
you.
No, the pressure's not getting to me. The pressure is making me play better. But before, like, when there's no pressure,
Yeah.
I just do dumb shit and lose like a whole half a health bar in a second to some poison rat. The poison rats really fucked me up.
Yeah.
Sorry if
That's the worst
that's
part
a
of the last
but
stage.
That's fine.
I
If it's a
fucking
spoiler,
hate those.
Yeah. I've only made it to the third boss once on a bow run, and that bow run was so much fun. I had so much fun on that bow run. I was all stacked on Poseidon skills. Like, everything was Poseidon skills. I had all of the buffs. So much fun with a bow.
so I both feel you, but I'm going to recommend branching out a little bit because
Yeah.
duos are one of the secrets
duos
to
is
winning.
where it's at. Yeah.
Which one's duos?
Do you want to explain it, Dylan? You want me to?
No, he should find out himself.
Is that the final weapon? The gun?
No, so duos are when you have, I don't know exactly how it breaks down, but when you have compatible god boons, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, is that what you call them? They will. You have like a low chance of the next time you pick up a boon from one of those gods that are compatible, it will give you a duo boon, which is like basically a legendary boon that has a little bit of the two gods on each side.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Like
The green.
I'm so excited now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll give you an example. The last one I got, it was a Ares Poseidon duo boon where instead of your regular cast, it would just pulse out damage every 3 times a second and do like 115 per hit. But also it stacks, so if you have multiple cast charges, you could just cast all of them at once and just melt things instantly.
Oh man, that sounds great.
It was tight.
I've yet to find those.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Lost to Hades in that one.
Yeah. I had a run where I got like 3 duo boons.
It
Awesome.
feels nice, right?
It felt great for a long time.
Very excited. Now that I finished my book, I was reading a 1,200 page book. I finished it. Well, I have like 90 pages left because I actually didn't finish it on time. But I don't have the pressure of it this next couple weeks, so I can actually like play games because I haven't played any games the past 2 weeks because of it. That stupid book. Actually, it's not stupid. The book is fantastic. It was 10 out of 10.
You tell me to slander the book.
Huh?
You haven't finished it yet. How do you know if it's 10 out of 10?
I already know because I got spoiled. I did the podcast. We did a book review, and I told them they could spoil it because I didn't finish it on time. So I already know how it ends. And now I'm reading the parts that have been spoiled. It's better than what they spoiled.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to test you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Stormlight Archives, do it. Anyone that in the books, that series is fucking fantastic. Aiden,
All
what
right.
you up to?
So, I mean, you know me. I usually play the same games as you guys, so I don't want to cover them again. But last night, Dylan, me, and a couple friends from high school and my girlfriend all played Among Us together for the first time.
Yes. The hit meme
Finally
game.
played the meme game.
The game that
Yeah.
came out 2 years ago or some shit?
Yep,
Yeah.
back in 2018, but finally blew up just because people can't do anything else.
Thanks,
a fun game.
coronavirus. You good?
Yeah, no, it's a great deal of fun. You just lie to people. It's all about the mind games. It's definitely improved once all of us kind of got a grasp on the best way to deal with the game and actually how to deal with the mechanics.
Mm.
So in the beginning, I thought it was a super shallow game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was no, it's good.
I
It was good in the beginning, but
Yeah.
the more we played, the better it
Yeah.
got.
As people understand the
Um,
mechanics and the rules and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like any. Yeah, that makes sense because kind of it's how it is like with board games. Like you first doing it, and you're kind of like barely learning the rule set and mechanics, and then once everyone understands it, the claws come out.
And it's,
I really enjoyed playing with Aiden's friends because I could just say, "Don't trust Aiden," and they believed me almost every time. It was so much fun.
That's funny. I do find it crazy that you still talk to your friends from high school. I don't talk to anyone from high school.
I have cool friends though, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had
you're a
cool
little
high school
bit
friends,
older
but
than us.
yeah, but I haven't talked to them
We,
since my mid
yeah.
20s, to be honest.
I think we were also
To be fair, I am in my mid-20s, so
fair.
Yeah.
that could
Fair.
do it.
I also didn't
Yeah.
grow up with my friends in high school.
yeah, it's different situations. Like some of Aiden's friends, like at least one of them grew up in the same neighborhood as us.
Yeah, I didn't grow up
Yeah.
with them. I only knew them for
Yeah.
like 3 years in high school, and then that was it. Once like everyone graduated, we stopped hanging out.
High school friends that I still talk to, I guess I didn't really meet any of them until like middle school, and a lot of them like didn't go to the same middle school as me,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
Wow.
very strange.
Cool.
Anyways, Among Us.
So yeah,
I had
Among Us.
fun.
Play it if you have lots
Yeah.
of friends.
Cool.
Faulkner's invited next time when he's not out in the middle of nowhere.
Hey, camping's great. But BT Dubs, I'm going camping this coming weekend.
Go on
We're
Sunday.
recording on Saturday.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
Recording on Sunday. Because
No.
I'm gone Friday to
No.
Friday to Sunday.
No.
But I do have that Monday off.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so I'll be gone again. And then I'll be going camping again sometime in October. Again.
Too much camping.
You just lick the
Too much
can?
outdoors for one man.
Yeah, I actually
there was
do.
a little bit drifting down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, also, I read that Among Us canceled their doing the sequel, Among Us 2,
Mm-hmm.
because they're going to focus on
way.
doing DLC and updates to Among Us. Yes, and it's a very
Which
smart play.
Makes a lot of sense with how big it's blown up.
Yeah. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, also playing that reminded me of a classic game, TTT, Trouble in Terrorist Town and Gary's mod. Went back, played one game earlier. It is not very fun by yourself.
I would imagine.
I assume Among Us is the same. So
Yeah,
definitely try to get a group of people for that one.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to play Among Us with a group of people
A small
that I
group.
knew less than I knew your friends. That was a game that I feel like you have to play with people you know pretty well, right?
It definitely gets a lot better every once in a while playing those games with randoms. You can get good randoms, as is the way of randoms working.
Hmm.
Well, I will say a lot of your friends were randoms to me, and I agree with it when you put it that way.
Fair enough. Let's get into some news, boys. Nintendo, some quick news. Cadence of Hyrule is getting a third DLC, Symphony of the Mask, which is a Majora's Mask DLC, it looks like. It's getting new modes, new dungeons, new songs, new tile sets and enemies. Skull Kid's adventure waits. It's not for me, but I know you guys like rhythm games, so I figured you guys might like to know it.
I actually don't. I enjoy what is it called? What's like the regular game called? Necrodancer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought that when it was like $4 on Switch sale. It's fun. I hate the rhythm aspect of it.
Yeah, I wish there was no rhythm.
I don't
play it.
hate it. Like there is an easier version,
Mhm.
like a not as scripted aspect of it. But I just don't listen to games all that much when I'm playing them.
I'm same.
Yeah.
For Switch
I think
especially.
All the aspect of how we play roguelikes on Switch.
It's
One game, Aiden, you might like is BPM on PC. It's Doom rhythm game.
Wild how quick you sold me.
Yeah. It's essentially Doom, but as a rhythm game. So, like, as you shoot, there's where your crosshair is, there's a rhythm, like the beat. So, as you shoot with the beat. And then when you reload with the beat. So, the reloads have, like, multi-step animations. Yeah. And then you have, like, a score multiplier and stuff like that if you keep the beat and stuff like that. Check it out, BPM. Indie developer.
be honest, I'm already interested and I'm already looking it
Yeah,
up.
it's on early access, I think. Just FYI. I would love to hear your review if you get it. Second Nintendo news: game designer who was working on God of War at Santa Monica Studios is now on Metroid Prime 4 as the environmental designer or environment designer.
I
Cool.
guess that's good because I generally enjoyed the environments on God of War,
Yeah.
but also I feel like Metroid Prime 4 was announced 2-3 years ago
Yes.
at this point.
I want to
Yeah.
say last
They
E3 they scrapped it. Yeah.
Yep.
So
So
not a great sign overall.
For Metroid 4,
both not a
right?
great sign, but
Yeah.
also a good sign because
Yeah.
they realized it wasn't
Yeah.
working and they just went
No.
back for it. So
I
Not
do
a
find
bad sign.
I do find it weird that announcement where they're scrapping it was a decent amount of time ago.
Yeah.
Right. It's almost like they're like,
I mean,
we're going back to pre-production stage as opposed to production stage.
I mean, it's tough to, like, depending on how they're gonna make the game, because Prime games are first person, right?
Yes.
I feel like it's hard to make a Metroid game that's first person because of like the abilities and stuff, and like to really hit that like Metroidvania.
Yeah, but there's always been
Itch.
its own like.
yeah,
I've never played a Prime game, honestly.
Yeah, I've never played
so
it either.
that'll be your thing.
Yeah.
I've only done Prime 3, and like if you play it, you'll get it. Like they're fantastic. They're a different style of game, but they're wonderful for what they are.
Maybe that's my problem with. I don't have a problem with it, but my problem with understanding it is I've never played a Prime game, so I don't know what to expect.
I will probably play this Prime game. The fact that they're willing to scrap as much as the time they did, and then you're like, we're just gonna start over. Sounds like it's gonna be meaningful.
I'll also say with Prime games, one of my big things with them is I always just kind of wish they came out on other consoles because they're a different style than most other Nintendo games. Like they're games that ooze atmosphere. They're ones that would really benefit from like just insane graphics on them.
What if Prime is meant for like the Switch Pro? They're like,
I'd both be down, but also be sad because then I'd have to buy a Switch Pro.
you know, you're gonna buy a Switch Pro.
You'll probably get a Switch.
Yeah, like
I mean, I'm for sure gonna get it, but it's how soon I'll get it. I already have 2 other consoles I need to buy right now, so
Switch. I suspect the Switch
I would
Pro
get a Switch Pro over the other
is
ones.
this time next year.
Yeah.
I suspect that this time next year, holiday would be a great time for a Switch Pro to release one at least. Yeah, and you'll be ready by then. It's a year later.
yeah, I mean, realistically, I'd be ready by now, but I'd just be sad about it.
You're not wrong. I would 100% buy a Switch Pro before the other 2 consoles.
I'm also not on board with that. PS5 comes first, no matter what for me.
I don't know. I will definitely get it before an Xbox, but
I
actually, I'll probably get whatever I can get first.
Yeah, whatever I see first.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
also true.
Yeah, even though I still want to wait for a Halo version of the X.
I'm not in a rush to get any of them.
Okay.
So whatever I see first.
I mean, that's
is
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can totally see that.
What I'll get. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just very excited for Demon Souls and want to make sure I have something to play Deathloop on launch day.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 things.
I mean, you don't have to play Deathloop at launch. It's a single player game. Like you could wait
I mean, I
and
don't
get it
have
on
to.
sale.
But
That's just me
for it.
being super
want
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you wait for the timed exclusive, we can talk about that later. It's going to be on Game Pass eventually.
yeah, I'm not waiting that long.
Well, we don't know.
I'm just going to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Let's get into Xbox news. Speaking of getting consoles, just moving stuff around. GameStop trade-ins. They are taking trade-in values for One X's and even OG Xbox Ones. $100 for the OG Xbox One, $125 for Xbox One S, PS4s, $175 for Switch and PS4, and $200 for the One X and the PS4 Pro. So,
Yeah, so my advice, if you do that, make sure to use your credit quickly because
Yeah, that
who knows
company's
how
going
long
out.
GameStop's going to be around.
Yeah. So the only thing is these trade-ins are for pre-orders at the moment. So that would mean you'd have to give up your console before you get the game, which I don't think most people are going to do unless it's like a voucher.
I feel like that
Right.
it can't be right? That's
Yeah.
not how it works. It has to be you bring in your console.
Yeah. It's got to be a voucher where like, okay, I'm essentially pre-ordering this console with the expectation of I'm going to be bringing my old console on that day when I fully pay it and pick it up.
See, with any other company,
even
I'd
that
be
is
on
weird.
board for that. But with GameStop, I could see them just going fully for it.
Now, I also wonder if they'll stack because I have an Xbox One and a One X.
They won't.
I don't know if I really want to get rid of my One X because it's a Taco Bell One X.
You definitely shouldn't get rid of that. That you should keep that in your possession until you
For
die.
a long time, yeah.
Yeah. That's rare. That is rare. That's some rare shit, man.
Yeah, my buddy Tim hit me up because they're doing it again. He's like, "You go to Taco Bell again?" I was like, "Lightning does not strike twice, sir. This will never happen again."
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Did you expect to win that one? No.
No.
You told me that you just went there because you saw the ad or some shit.
No, I went there because I wanted a Mexican pizza. But Mexican pizza didn't actually qualify for I had to get the big box meal. And he's like, hey, big box meal, you might win an Xbox. And I was like, fuck it. I'll get that big box meal on top of the Mexican pizza. And then I won. Had no plans of actually ordering the big box meal to even try to get it. Also, by the way, Mexican pizzas are no longer at Taco Bell.
You can
Super
still
tragic.
make them.
Yeah,
It's not that hard to make.
It's not the same.
You can still get like the Taco Bell sauce and shit. Like you can go there and
I
just.
always have Taco Bell sauce on me.
I have a.
Not surprised by that.
Yeah.
Super sad day when I found out Mexican pizzas. Me and Robbie texted each other about it. Sadness. Super sad. Also, Series X, the 1 terabyte storage expansion pricing came out. It's $220 for 1 terabyte for a custom NVMe. When it comes to market price for that type of storage, it's about on par.
Yeah. Sounds expensive, but it's
Yeah.
basically what it costs.
Yeah, so like
It makes sense, but also
for people that are not in that space, extremely expensive, right? When they're like they don't have the context of what that hard drive cost actually is in the industry. Yeah, that's stupid expensive. It's 2/3 the cost of a Series S.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one that is like a direct input into the console. You can still use an external hard drive, right?
So I don't know.
As far as I understand.
I don't know how well. So
I think that one just like loads faster.
Yeah, so
or
that
something.
it's a custom NVMe. So it uses the exact same hard drive as the internal, right? The custom architecture and everything for the NVMe. I don't know how well third-party external NVMe or SSD drives interact with the Xbox. I think once those consoles come out and people start testing them and like try different external devices, we'll know for sure. But I would predict because it's a custom as NVMe drive, it's not going to be the normal types of NVMe still won't be as fast as this expansion, this license expansion.
Yeah,
that's what I suspect,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like almost a proprietary thing in some sense.
that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see, but
I'm not like too worried about it. Like it comes with a 1 terabyte, right?
Yes, the X comes with a terabyte, which is fine, unless games start generally
unless
going
everyone's
size.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the worry, and even then 2 terabytes should be okay.
I would
But might not be
say
enough.
if we look at the demographic of users, we are the anomaly. We play way more games than most people, and way more variety of games than most people. I would say most users are the buy COD once a year, buy Madden once a year, and that's all they have on their console for whatever amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I would say they're the majority and we're the minority for sure. And then we are the
Yeah.
minority within the minority on top of that, right?
Maybe,
Kind of.
possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't play a lot of games.
I got like 15 games downloaded on my Xbox. Game Pass
Yeah,
is a son of a bitch.
I have an
I've
unreasonable amount
had a lot of games
Yeah.
downloaded, but right now I have not 15. I have. Hold
But
up.
yeah, like when I talk to my buddy Tim, which
I have
I would
14
say,
right now. So
yeah, my buddy Tim, I would say he's more of the normal, and he's got maybe 5 games on his Xbox.
yeah, well, different strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's the expansion. I think it's great that it's out there. It's available for hardcore users. I don't think I would buy one because I would just much rather just delete what's on my hard drive.
Yeah. That's it's for people with shitty internet basically.
Shitty
Yeah.
internet or just a lot of money. Like people that
I most likely won't buy one unless we find out that games are going to be that much bigger. In which case, I'll be mad that they didn't just put a bigger hard drive in to start out.
I would love to see when they start doing hardware comparisons for other external drives and see what the load times are in comparison.
Yeah.
And then we go like, I'm willing to wait an extra 10, 15 seconds kind of thing for a cheaper
Which
situation.
I think most people will, because that's literally over 2/3 the cost of a new console.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're almost at the point of just buy a new console, throw some painter's tape on it, write the name of a game on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need.
Yeah, because
Console for every game.
I have a USB 3 terabyte hard external drive that is just sitting right now. Like I do some stuff on it, but I don't need it. What's on there? I could easily just plop it over. Which I might use to move some games over so I can move it onto the X without downloading games all over again.
Hopefully that works.
Well, it works from going from an Xbox One to a One X. So I'd imagine. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, slightly different architecture.
As for Game Pass news, Game Pass hit 15 million users, which is 6 months ago they announced 10 million users, roughly 6 months ago. So we're seeing a 50% increase in a short amount of time. It's good.
That is a
On it.
mathematical increase. Yes.
It is, you're right. It is a
That's
mathematical
mission.
increase.
Yep.
And speaking of the big news this week, which will further solidify Game Pass as the best bang for your buck,
A good deal.
a good deal. It's already the best deal in gaming, right? It's already like almost a no-brainer.
Maybe the best deal in life.
Well,
Maybe?
especially
No. That's oxygen. Oxygen is the best deal in life.
water.
No, water sometimes you have to pay for. Oxygen, almost always free.
Both you need to live.
There are oxygen bars up here, so
That's true.
that's
I've
the thing.
been to an oxygen bar a few times.
That is
I
some,
never paid though.
That is some white people shit. Oxygen bar.
Yeah, it's really weird.
No, I used to work next to one, and I used to hang out with the people who like operated it a lot, and they would always like say, "Hey, come and like try our oxygen bar." They had a, I guess it's called a water massage machine.
Yeah.
Also, it was basically like a hose that would like spray water, like high pressure water on your back, and you're like in a sleeping bag.
I know what you're talking about.
like
They used to have them at malls all the time when
Yeah,
malls were a
It's
thing.
basically like a mall thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
It's like a water
I enjoyed
massager.
that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to try that. Now that you've tried that, I might try it because you said not bad.
I used to do it all the time on my breaks at work. It was fun.
What's a really good thing to do at malls is when they had the chair massages where they would just do your shoulder blades. That is prime. It is really good for you, especially if you like work at a desk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's only like
Agreed.
$10-15. Like, here you go, whatever. 15-minute shoulder massage. Oh, the massage is very good. Number one.
All right, good to know.
All right.
Yeah.
A little too late for
Anyways,
me to know that now, but let's move on.
Well, let's get to the big news. So Microsoft decided to tweet like at a random time in the morning, early morning when everyone's sleeping, that they acquired Zenimax. And if anyone knows who Zenimax
Now,
is,
what's Zenimax? I've never
Zenimax
heard of
is
this.
essentially a shell company, an umbrella company that owns Bethesda and all the other studios under that umbrella.
Now, what kind of games is that? Tell me about those games.
Them games are games
Sorry,
like Elder Scrolls and Fallout and Doom and Quake and Wolfenstein and Dishonored
going.
and Prey and like quite
Keep going.
a large amount.
Yeah,
Not to mention some PS5 exclusives.
Well, timed exclusives now.
Yes, timed
You would
exclusives
assume.
now. So prior to that, so I wanted to look up some stuff for like Reddit just exploded with memes and images. So I figure I'll share some with you guys. So Game Pass on their Twitter announced we only bought ZeniMax so Todd would stop porting Skyrim to random objects. To which someone else posted, "Joke's on you. Todd Howard just managed to sell Skyrim again, this time for $7.5 billion." What else we got?
Good job, Todd.
We got a lot of fan art, and you'll see a lot of like power armor with Master Chief and Doom Guy or Doom Slayer.
Doom Boy.
Depends on
You know what?
who's
I like Doom Boy. That's
Doom
the
Boy.
best one.
here. This one's my favorite because it's such a like a 80s vibe
I
to
don't
it.
actually know this one. Is that supposed to be Doom Guy?
Yeah, so Doom Guy on the
Strong
right
railbit.
and Master Chief on the
Okay.
left. Yeah.
I know what they're going for with the hand holding or hand grasping,
Yeah.
but
That bicep they
that
messed
bicep
it up.
scares me.
That is
Yeah,
an Arnold
not right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger reference from an 80s movie.
Yeah,
we-
no. Everybody knows.
Get it. Yeah, we
yeah.
understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's Doom Boy and Master Chief swapping swords.
That's the best one.
Here's Phil Spencer. He put the Fallout Boy on his profile icon.
Fallout Guy. Why do you keep saying boy? The Fallout Boy.
I don't know. Well,
What is Fallout Boy's main song?
I don't know. This one's really good.
There's a lot of songs that they're known
Yeah.
for.
This one's good. It's the two new consoles with Doomslayer
The Halo
and
Boy
Master Chief Boy,
and the Doom Boy.
John Boy, 117 Boy.
John Boy 1
Here's someone that put all the different studios. 24 studios under Xbox now.
Almost enough studios to rent a car.
Yeah. Yes.
Good for them.
And what else we
Nice.
got? We have an Xbox version of Fallout Boy.
Fallout Boy.
Fallout Boy. What was it? Oh, I love this one.
I hope they
I think this one's the
they
best.
shift that the blue jacket to the green jacket. I kind of like that. I think that's a good
That's some quality
change.
marketing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. Here we got Chief and Doomslayer just broing it out.
It's pretty good. That's
Right?
cute.
That's pretty good. You know what? I really hope that both games just have like these crossovers with the like cosmetics where you can play your Spartan in one and then Doom guys in the other, especially like for Halo Infinite.
Hmm
I
mean,
I
that'd
imagine
be
there
a
will be
super
some
Microsoft thing to do.
Yeah.
level of that. Yeah.
So that happened. It cost $7.5 billion, which is 2x of whatever Disney paid for Marvel
Yeah, I assume that is by far the biggest deal that's ever happened in
gaming.
any gaming space.
I would even
Yeah,
say
it's-
in general multimedia, like just any kind of media space, it's probably one of the highest.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it sounds crazy when you think of it like in terms of like Marvel specifically, but I think it was also more expensive than way more expensive than the Star Wars deal. And when you think of it that
Yeah.
way, it's like Star Wars and Marvel are insane. Like just the properties that come with them.
So
Like
it's
if you have good studios around that, you could make so much money.
essentially more than all the Avengers movies combined made.
I feel like that's made in theaters
Yeah.
or
Well,
overall?
in theaters, theatrical releases.
Because overall, there's no way that's
No,
correct.
just the
Like,
Avengers, specific Avengers movies, like Avengers, Age of Ultron,
oh, okay,
Endgame,
okay.
Infinity War. Now,
I was thinking of like all Marvel shit in general.
now we also have to remember, and I think a lot of people forget this, how much money games make as an industry compared to movies and music combined. It makes a substantial amount more than those
Yeah.
industries.
Like I fully understand when you look at like the list of titles that Bethesda has both made and published.
Yeah.
Like those
makes
are
sense.
cornerstones of the game systems. Like
Those are
but
system
Skyrim
sellers.
alone.
Like Fallout and Elder Scrolls alone,
Yeah.
that's got to be a fat money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two alone
It's like I
are,
don't.
like, huge.
Yeah.
Huge, huge, huge.
Like I'm at the point where I don't have that much faith in the series, either one, but I'm still gonna buy whatever they come out with next. Cause
Yeah.
the
Well,
things they do well,
I
they
didn't
do
buy
really
76. Yeah.
well.
But
Yeah,
I will pretty much buy every single one of those.
Yeah. So I looked up some numbers for like just the industry revenue, and gaming industry made 152 billion compared to the movie industry only made 41 billion. And music
what were those
Wow,
numbers
right?
for?
2018.
Okay.
So fairly recent. And then the music industry only made 19 billion in 2018. So even those two industries combined, not even half of what the game industry makes.
I feel like there's got to be some discrepancies there. Just
I mean,
like,
even if it was a 20%,
what are they counting? Like, are they counting merch? Are they counting
I'm-
like just the straight up sales of the product?
yeah,
Because
I would say
are they counting shows? Are they counting?
I would say
I
it's
feel like music is probably.
I mean, music's a dying industry in some semblance, right? Because of streaming. Like that
Yeah.
whole industry got fucked when streaming became mainstream.
Well, in some regards, it got better. Some regards, it
Yeah,
got
for
worse.
for
But
people at the
for
bottom,
actually like making money.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think people at the bottom, it made it easier and more accessible for young independent artists. But for the kings on top, and like they started touring is where they started making more money as opposed to like record sales and stuff. But besides this business talk, Bethesda, $7.5 billion. Minecraft, I think it was what, $2.5 billion or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, and they made many times over on Minecraft already of their purchase. I think Bethesda's probably gonna be the same, like you're saying. Like you're gonna play every Bethesda game except for Fallout 76. And now
Honestly,
that you have Game Pass,
still, I would download Fallout 76 if you guys wanted to play it. I would download it since we have access to it.
That is a MMO, so I'm going to say no.
why not? We'll do
Are
Elder
you going to
Scrolls
say
Online.
MM no? Elder Scrolls Online is not a bad game. I played a little bit of that. It's not bad. It's not fun from what I played.
Does not sound.
That's
good,
not sound
though.
at all. Like that's the total opposite of what bad is. Or that's totally in line with bad.
It's
is,
not
I
a
mean.
fun game. It's not a bad game. Like I don't want to go out of my way to play it. You know.
Then why are you willing to
But
play it?
I'm not willing to play it.
I'm
just saying it's not a bad game.
You literally just said you're willing to play it if we download it.
Oh yeah, if you guys download it, yes I am.
I'm not opposed to
But
downloading it because I'm an
on
MMO.
my own, I'm not going to play it.
I'm an MMO kind of fuck. So I love MMOs. I think they're great for the most part, but like parts of me really wants to play Final Fantasy 14 really bad because I hear amazing things about it, but I'm not going to play it by myself.
I've only played one MMO in my life that I can think of.
And I keep thinking
Final
about
Fantasy
playing
14.
World of Warcraft over and over again. I keep wanting to play it over and over. I don't know why. New expansion's coming out.
I also know Final Fantasy 14 is the only one that I'd be willing to give a shot because I've heard so many wonderful things about it.
It's the king right now.
Yeah.
And
Everything else, though, no.
Even for the, like, from what I've read, even if you just wanted to play the story content solo, it's worth playing.
Do love me some FF, so
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, but then we have FF16 to think about. All right, save that
Exactly.
juice.
That's
Save that juice.
mostly why I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
It's
Regardless,
so good.
let's go back to Bethesda. I kind of want to break it down a little bit to like the scope of what it means, what Zenimax is, right? Because it's not just Bethesda. Like, there's so many other studios that have made amazing games within that umbrella. All right, so we have Bethesda Game Studios specifically, which is known for Elder Scrolls, Fallout 3, 4, and 76, and then the new IP, Starfield, which no one knows anything about. And they announced...
It's a space game. I know that.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet it's in
Yep.
space.
Space
$5
game.
right now.
Okay, I will correct myself.
Breaking.
That's all we know about. There's no clips, no none of that. We know they're working on Elder Scrolls 6. My biggest problem with Bethesda's Game Studio specifically is the game engine they use.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
Game Bro is whack.
Yeah. The Game
Make
Bro's
a
been
new
around
engine.
since, what, 2005, 2004? Since Fallout 3? That's Fallout 3 was built on that. And then, so
Decade and a half.
they have the creation engine, which is essentially Game Bro modified. Right? Now, when this announcement was made, Todd Howard and some people said they're making the largest overhaul to their game engine since Oblivion. So
Make a new engine.
I want
How about that?
use whatever engines that are available already. Go Unreal. Use the Halo Slipspace. Use
Buy the Fox engine.
use what's
Fox
Doom.
engine.
What is Doom built on? Has its own engine,
id.
right? The id engine. They use their own engine.
I don't know. I just
There's just so many
I-
options.
guessing.
There's so many
That
options.
sounds like something John Camaro would do.
Yeah.
Like they should have
Oh,
built
yeah.
their own engine literally a decade ago, honestly.
Yeah. I have a feeling a part of this purchase allowed them to update or overhaul the engine the way they really wanted to. Like, we'll go into it a little bit later, but I feel like Bethesda was bleeding some money and hurting for money, which helped lead to this purchase. And based on just like how the most recent releases, like how they were released and the way they were released, is the reasoning behind that mindset, that thought I have. We can talk about it later. Let's get into the other studios. We have id Software, known for Doom and Quake, OG Doom and Quake, and they've maintained that IP since then. Doom 2016, 10 out of 10 game. For most people, Doom Eternal is a 9 to 10 out of 10 game for a lot of people.
Solid 10 out of 10.
8 to
It's
9.
amazing.
And then
It's
coming on Game Pass October 1st. I am super hyped to play it. And they still support Quake Arena, right? Because they still have Quake Fest, I think. Is it QuakeCon? No, QuakeCon.
QuakeCon.
Yeah.
Right?
QuakeCon Gen.
So Quake's not really going to work for consoles, but Quake is a wonderful IP that I hope they make new PC games for.
I would love to. Yeah. I would. I mean, I would love
it
for
could
them.
work,
I would
but-
love for them to do a full on single player campaign Quake Revive.
I'll respect your opinion.
Yeah.
Quake is, to me, quintessential just multiplayer arena shooter.
Yeah. I mean,
So I don't feel the need for that.
I was around since Quake 1, 2, and 3. I've played all of them on PC when they first came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, my experience with Quake isn't with the multiplayer aspect. My experience with Quake, from a nostalgia point, is just playing the campaign.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Never played Quake. Any of them.
Yeah, you were past that age, and then when you were old enough to pretty much play Quake was in the arena era of Quake, when it like got big in an arena setting.
Like, I only played the tail end of one of the later Quakes and then Unreal Tournament afterwards,
Ooh.
which...
I would fuck
do
with
like-
some Unreal Tournament, yeah.
I do like Unreal Tournament.
Same. Big thing with this, too, also is apparently John Romero had some issues with other heads at Zenimax, so...
Oh, really?
He has new people in charge of him, and John Camaro is a goddamn legend, so
Yeah.
Romero.
let's see what he does.
John Camaro.
Yeah, so moving down the list, we have ZeniMax Online Studios. They run Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online. Apparently, Fallout 76 is thriving enough for them that they just put out a new expansion or new updates coming out.
that game will continue to
Yeah.
get updates just because of the the style of game it is.
Yeah. And then
Um,
Elder Scrolls
Elder
Online
Scrolls
still
Online is
running.
not bad. It's
I
I
hear
don't
it's
want to
not
play
good,
it.
though.
It's not good, but I did play it a couple times. I never like got too deep into it, but I had a lot of fun what I did play, mainly because of the
Sure.
people I was playing with.
Sure. Next studio, which is a underrated gem of a studio. Who would
Most
be?
exciting one.
Who would be?
Is it?
Arcane Studios.
Dude, I would say they're underrated gem. Like just from like a creative standpoint, even gameplay. Like Dishonored, I love Dishonored.
Like this is legitimately the most exciting studio out of all of these to me.
Yeah, they're doing Deathloop, PS5 exclusive.
Um,
They did Prey,
They
which I
did.
never got to play, but I wanted to play. But guess what? It's
Yeah,
coming back to Game Pass, so fuck me.
I've heard so many good things about it that I'm
Yeah,
fully invested for next time it comes back.
yeah. I think this is a definitely a studio to keep your eye on. I think what's terrible for the studio, what happened to the studio is all these games did not sell well. Right.
I feel like Dishonored's the only one that even did decently, and
Yeah.
even then, it just did decent.
I wonder if it's like a marketing thing why they failed, or I don't know. But Deathloop
probably
looks great.
a compilation of factors,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I never got super into them, but also I only played Dishonored a little bit. I haven't tried Prey.
Hey, guess
Obviously,
what?
I haven't tried
In
Deathloop.
Dishonored, once you start unlocking stuff, the game gets better.
I feel like that might
So
have been my
wild,
problem with it.
I 100% guarantee that's your problem with it. 100% guarantee.
Yep.
Because once you start unlocking stuff and like your options just like flood open and how you approach situations,
It's just more fun.
yeah,
You think?
100%.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just tossing it out
I,
there.
I think that might be a problem with a lot of games. Like you need to unlock that stuff. Start out with it unlocked. Give it to me. Straight out. I'll have more fun.
Who needs progression?
Yeah. All right. Then we have Machine Games, who's runs the Wolfenstein IP. Wolfenstein IP,
Pretty good.
for the most part, are hits, except for the newest one, which is Youngblood.
I heard it still played okay. Just the story or I guess theme of it wasn't as good.
Yeah, just like there's like certain
I
parts of
didn't-
it. The dialogue felt forced, and like the gameplay was kind of weird. Like decision makings they chose for some of the gameplay was weird.
But the most important thing about that is they made a multiplayer game.
I've never
that.
played any
So-
of the Wolfensteins in multiplayer.
Well, now the next one, maybe they'll incorporate this tech that they got, in this one, and the next one will be better because
Maybe,
of this bad game.
possibly.
Who knows?
Who
Might be
knows?
worth it.
Who knows? Other studio, we have Tango Gameworks, who made Evil Within, which I hear is a fantastic game. I'll never play
Played
it.
it.
It's a horror game. But they also,
Oh, it is?
yeah, you'll never play it. But they're
Yeah.
also working on the PS5 exclusive Ghostwire Tokyo, which does look interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't
I'm
paid a lot of
interested.
attention to
We'll
that,
see.
but I am interested in it.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm assuming it has more horror like elements.
yeah. I think it's gonna be more of a light horror game than full on like Resident Evil style.
And then we have Alpha Dog, which only make mobile games for Zenimax, Wraithborn, and Monster City. I have no idea. Don't play mobile games. And then they have
You play Tap Titans. Or you used to.
I haven't played that in a long time. And then the last studio is Roundhouse Studios, which was recently acquired a couple years ago, and they're working on an unannounced IP.
Yeah,
Just wait and see.
those last two.
No idea. But I could see why Xbox would want a mobile developer. That's a big market.
Obviously,
That
yeah.
Microsoft really hasn't jumped
I mean, even
on
if
a
they
whole
just
lot of.
build like companion apps or like
Yeah.
companion games.
Yeah, I think that's a good studio to have on board. So that is a huge amount of studios with a great pedigree.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
I think we said it earlier. It's the most insane gaming purchase,
Yeah.
probably of all time.
It pretty much
Yeah,
shit on that
most
whole
insane
entire
media purchase.
like that. Remember when WB Games was for sale,
WB,
and people
yeah.
were like, it'd be kind of cool if they picked them up. There's some good wins in there. This shit's all over it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
this is some shit that I like never expected. Although, like thinking back, Oblivion was Oblivion 360
Xbox.
exclusive?
I don't know if it.
Xbox exclusive?
Yeah, I think so. I don't.
So,
Yeah.
at least like in the beginning.
At least early on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be entirely wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, so now the question is, like, there's all kinds of rumors, like, where are they going with this? What's going to stay exclusive? What's not going to stay exclusive? We know this is all coming to Game Pass. So as a Game Pass user, even as a Game Pass, like, PC-only user, this is a fantastic deal.
Yeah.
Like, it makes Game Pass, if you're in one platform or the other, like, viable.
If you are into games for the, like, just playing games, this is a good deal for you no matter what.
Yeah.
You just have to pay for Game Pass, and you'll be able to play it either on PC or Xbox. If you're into, I only like PlayStation, this is a terrible deal for you.
Yeah.
Or I only like Nintendo or whatever.
Until exclusives start coming out for just Xbox or Game Pass. I would say Game Pass exclusives. I wouldn't even say Xbox exclusives, because I predict Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield are going to be Game Pass exclusives. They're going to be available on PC and Xbox. That's it. I don't expect them to go on PS5 or PlayStation at all.
Obviously, you're not paying $7.5 billion to.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll still make money selling those on PlayStation. You'll make a lot of money. You're probably, I mean, you're not going to make 7.5 billion back off of just those two games, but you will make a lot of money.
But I could see them making them not exclusives too. I could see an argument for that. Like, hey, these are going to be great games. We want to sell them to as many people as possible on as many platforms as possible.
Yeah.
If I had to guess between one of the two, if they're only going to go exclusive or we're just going to sell these to everybody, I think they're more. What they've said in the past has been like, we're more about, we just want people to play the things that we're making.
Yeah. But also, in this, I feel like it's going to be a split. Like Bethesda games, I feel like those are always going to be on everything. But like id Software, Arcane, Machine Games, I could see those going full exclusive.
Yeah.
Just because it builds the reason that you want to own one of those consoles.
I think I agree with that outlook. Like, I think the big, like, Skyrim type games, like any Elder Scrolls game, any big, like, RPG style thing that they're doing, like Starfield or Fallout, those will be open to any console system, whatever. But anything, like you said, Doom, Wolfenstein, that's Xbox.
Yeah.
What about the middle ground? What if they just do timed exclusives?
For which one? For Doom and...
Yeah, I mean...
Both? Either or? What if they do timed even for Fallout, Starfield, Elder Scrolls? They're like, all right, they're timed exclusives. First year, and I could see them doing a year on Xbox, and then after that, they can come on Sony. I could see that.
I could see that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't like any of that. Like if you are, I feel like all games should be available everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I think any gamer will say that.
Obviously, that's not what's going to happen.
It's not the reality.
Yeah. So, like, my stance is,
if you're going to make something exclusive, just make it exclusive.
Fair.
Don't do the timed exclusive shit. Like, that shit's just annoying. Like, nobody wants to go back a year. Like, I don't want to play a game from a year ago. There's games still coming out every year.
Yeah. Like, if you remember with the Call of Duty thing, there's a special mode locked straight to the PS4 version for in a year.
Yeah, I'm never going to go back to that. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. I just know that it's locked down and instantly.
I think
Yeah.
I think my only like concern is now that we're seeing some console only games, like Xbox only games, like Master Chief Collection is now coming to PC, and you're seeing Horizon Zero Dawn finally coming to PC, or Death Stranding coming to PC. I think it's really going to tell us how well they sell on PC as a business decision to make it a timed exclusive onto either console. Right? Like
I see what you're saying.
I could see that argument like, hey, these were console exclusives for this amount of time. We finally released them on PC and we made a fuck ton of money after a year or two. Why don't we just do that vice versa? Or not vice versa, but with other consoles. Because if you get what I'm saying? Like if they still sell really well on PC, dude, what's going to make them go, all right, you know what? We're just going to make it hard exclusive on Xbox and and Sony, and then we'll finally release it on the other console.
If I'm Microsoft, I make all of these either Xbox only or I open up to everything. I know that's not a very like good insight, but you just choose one or the other. Yeah. Like either you bought these properties specifically to bring people to Xbox or to make money overall.
Yeah, based on their messaging about console sales, it seems like they're not that concerned about selling consoles. They're more concerned about getting people on subscription systems. Like having the timed exclusive seems more viable with their sales strategy.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Like,
that's what they're at least in this moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you just do timed exclusive, like if you just own a PS4, you'll just wait.
Yeah.
You do full exclusive, kind of don't have the choice.
Yeah, they'll jump over. What's great about, I think, the Game Pass is they can either jump over on PC, which a lot of people have some kind of PC, right? Or they'll jump over to the console, which they don't care, right? They don't care in that sense, like which platform you're on, just get in the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting time, man. It is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
This is probably the best gaming has ever been in.
Yeah.
The best situation.
I said that last week, and then this happened.
So it's also the best, but also like one thing that just still like I get it, but also it feels weird. It's just the pure like buying exclusives.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between like what Microsoft does with buying this, buying Mojang, buying Rare. And I know Sony has bought some studios, but also they've cultivated talent at some of their places.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sony Santa Clara, the company or the sector that made God of War, I think. Yeah, like
Santa Monica.
They built that studio up. Santa Monica. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which I get. Like, like if you're gonna buy it, if you're gonna spend the money for it, like that's the entire point behind doing all this. But
I think that's the wrong way to look at it because I can't say this for certain, but I assume the gaming industry is fairly similar to like the tech industry, and people are just moving around. Like a lot of those people aren't sticking to that company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like maybe like the big names are like, okay, like this person, we know he worked on God of War,
mm-hmm.
blah blah blah, whatever. Like he is at that studio and he has been there. But I think a lot of people who are actually working on the game are jumping between studios.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of contract workers, right?
Yeah,
within studios.
That's also the unfortunate thing about the gaming industry, because there's so many people kind of like us who are good at programming that want to work in it. They just want to make
good at programming.
I'm not good at programming at all.
Yeah, that's like us, but they're good at it. We're not good at it.
Okay.
But people who like games who can program well.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see. I mean, time will only tell what the exclusives, at least in the world of exclusives, will come out. As we've all talked,
Xbox should make them exclusive at least early on.
I think so too.
Like anything that comes out, like this is the start of a new generation. Like you need to
just double down,
put your foot down.
Yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sony's doubled down on exclusives. There's no reason. As much as we all hate exclusives, but it's the nature of the industry and it's just how it's going to be. So
Yeah,
Sony's
I
going
mean,
to double
I
down.
don't.
Microsoft might as well double down.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I personally don't hate exclusives because I have the money to spend to buy
Sure, but you're not a
what I
normal
want.
gamer either.
Yeah.
Not a normal gamer. Not a. I don't have a family. I have a.
Yeah.
I don't have a like a house. I don't have a car payment. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live somewhere where I walk or I take the bus. You know.
Yeah.
Like I have a pretty as expensive as everything is where I live. Like I don't have a lot of like overhead.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's one of those things.
Yeah.
And also, we have a
It's
gaming
tough.
podcast. Our job is to talk about gaming, so we would have to play games to talk
Our
about
job?
them?
Wait, are you getting paid to do
What a
this?
job.
No, we definitely don't get paid
Yeah.
to do this. We make
Hang
zero
on.
money. In fact, I lose money doing this podcast.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
buddy.
Yeah, I own the domain.
Hey.
Like, I have to pay for the domain. SweatyPlebs.com.
Well, you know what?
is
You
something
get
I
to talk
pay
to
for.
me every single week, so
I lose
you're
money doing
paying
this
for
podcast.
that privilege.
Yeah. But I enjoy talking about it.
Yeah.
I am thinking Bethesda, like I said earlier, sold to Microsoft because they're losing money based on how Fallout 76 really panned out. Like, that was monetization hell.
Yeah, I think they really bet on that hitting a lot better
Harder
than
than
they
it did.
Yeah, than what actually happened. They fucked. I mean, obviously they fucked that up.
Yeah.
A lot,
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad. Not even little. Like,
Yeah.
it made Bethesda look really, really, really
It-
bad.
It probably knocked the price. This is obviously not correct, but it probably knocked the price down from 8 billion to 7.5.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe more like 15 billion down to 7.5.
Yeah, like if that game hit, that would have been insane. Like people like the Fallout loop in general, right?
Yeah.
Like I did not enjoy the Fallout 4 story at all, but I enjoyed that game just playing it,
I think
even with all the
It
jank.
was the first one that actually had good gameplay, I feel like.
Yeah, I would say Fallout 3 was remembered not only for the gameplay but also for the story.
I
Whereas
mean, New Vegas is like insane.
New Vegas.
I love New Vegas.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what we need to
We
talk
haven't
about.
even touched on
We
that.
haven't even touched. We should talk about potential games
Obsidian, and
in Exile.
yeah, they're gonna touch
Dude.
hands together.
Dude,
Do
three-way
some of this.
collaboration. Oh. Dude,
Hey man,
you have
door's open.
the original makers of Fallout in Exile. You have Bethesda that revived it, and then you had Obsidian that refined it. Dude,
You could make the best one. You could easily make the best one.
Vegas 2,
And
right? I think that's pretty much what everyone wants
Yeah.
is New Vegas 2.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
But parts of me wants
don't even make
Fallout
it New
like
Vegas. Just make it like Fallout, like Florida or some shit.
well, they
you
already
know?
have. There's already a
Yeah.
mod called Fallout Miami.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah.
make it Fallout like
Whatever,
Texas
it doesn't
or some
matter.
shit, you know?
Right? Yeah. oh,
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Whatever.
Mhm.
I agree. Fallout San Diego has a beach vibe.
San Diego.
Yeah. Like just like have them like collaborate. Like it's kind of crazy you have like these three different developers that have worked on the same property at different stages of this lifeline and have done good jobs in their own regards. And now they are sister companies. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's almost too obvious that something is going to happen.
Yeah, it's.
Right.
I wonder if it was like when they bought Obsidian and in Exile, they're like, "Hey, you know what? I think we should get Bethesda. I think we're pretty great.
But
We're pretty great, and if we get that title, that IP, we could do some really cool things. Remember
Yeah.
Fallout 76? How terrible it is? We can fix that.
that would be insane. If they
That's the
put a lot of
dream.
money in to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which I feel like at this point, they're going to. Like, you already spent $7.5 billion.
I mean,
What's a
that's
couple
what's
million
insane.
more?
Like 7.5 billion. Like that's
Yeah,
a lot
it's,
of money. But when you think about that, that is like How much is Sony worth overall?
Not that much more.
Like
Yeah,
100 billion overall? Like, I have no idea.
if that even.
Yeah, probably not even that.
Let's see.
Like it's an insane amount of money.
No, probably I would. My guess is 100 billion.
Sony Corporation's net worth is estimated up to 45 billion.
Okay, I was way overshooting it. That's insane. That is
Yeah.
literally like almost 20% of Sony
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
So daily reminder of how much a
Wild.
billion is.
I also
It's
want
a
people
lot.
to
Yeah.
remember like how much of a big dick move this is. Like Microsoft's value is over $1 trillion.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Over $1 trillion. This is such a
this
big,
is
the
not a
biggest
drop
dick
in the
move.
bucket.
Yeah.
This is not a drop in the bucket for Microsoft. Microsoft is like, wait, what? What just happened over here? Did somebody open a door? Oh, 7.5 billion? For sure. It's okay. Just close
Easy.
the window.
They're like, easy.
Yeah.
Is that what it's going to take to win? Okay. What?
Yep.
How would that be in sports?
Well-
Isn't there like a sports thing where they like bought all the best players? Like a team bought all the best players. You guys are
Yeah,
sports boys.
let me tell you about it. It's called the Clippers, and they got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and completely failed. And now, when you put it in that mindset, this might be a bad idea on Microsoft part because Ballmer is the principal Microsoft guy now, right? Yeah,
I don't remember.
you would know this.
Yeah.
Ballmer is number
He's
one.
the big boy. Yep.
He's the big red face.
Yep. It's a way to
He-
put it, but you're right.
Yeah, actually, it sounds bad when you say it that way, but if you know who Ballmer is, it makes sense. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you can't compare Kawhi Leonard to Bethesda. It's not the same thing. They're both robots. They both perform. Wait, there are a lot of comparisons. Now that I think about it.
I'll give you
They're
it's
both
not the
robots.
worst analogy I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Aiden, how do you feel about Todd Howard?
Todd Howard is honestly probably one of the worst big men I've ever seen in any big game company, any big media company.
Worse than
What did you say? Worst big man?
Worse than Gearbox?
Yeah. So, with the Gearbox guy, Randy Pitchford,
Yeah.
Oh,
at least it was entertaining to watch his downfall. Todd Howard
dude,
is
didn't he
just
have like a what are they called? A flash drive of child porn or some shit?
Yeah. So much bigger yikes factors, but at
Yeah.
least it's entertaining to watch it go down and be like, this guy's going to jail, and then he just doesn't, and then you're just disappointed and also worried. Todd Howard, it's just like 50 First Dates.
I love that
Imagine if
movie.
it was that, but it was the day that she came up with the idea of Skyrim, and every single day it's just a rinse and repeat. Someone coming up with that idea. That's Todd Howard to me.
Dude, Skyrim is. I mean, I know it gets a lot of hate, but it's not a bad game.
It's
One
not a
of
bad
my
not
favorite
bad.
days of all time involves Skyrim.
But also, like if you're someone
The day
who's
it came
like
out, yeah.
been into Elder Scrolls for a while, like
Yeah.
every single
want
person who
something
played
fresh.
the previous one,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's just a downgraded, bigger version of the previous one.
I think that's my problem
Yeah.
with Elder Scrolls 6 is like I'm going to be very disappointed by the game engine so bad. It's
Yeah.
going to distract me.
Well-
Like the game mechanics could be amazing, but it's going to be so distracting.
It
You
could
think-
be okay. We don't know.
That's why I'm thinking
Yeah,
like
I'm
this
hoping
this
for the
buyout
best.
is the best thing for them because then they're like, "Oh, we can actually invest money into our game engine, like time and resources into it."
Yeah.
Both that and actually have oversight and wanting to push something be better. Because to be honest, gameplay in
They
Bethesda
didn't need
games
to.
has never been
Yeah.
a strong suit. Like Fallout 4 is the only one that actually has even decent gunplay to me.
Well, we have to think about the time they came out in too. Like Fallout 3 when it came out was early 2000s.
It wasn't bad.
For its
I
time,
don't have like bad
yeah,
memories.
it doesn't
of it.
age well because you can't even sprint. But
That's true. But also, like, there were still good feeling shooter games out back then. Like Call of Duty.
Yeah, but
it
Yeah,
felt
but
nice
not-
to
it's not
shoot
the
not-
same
games.
thing.
it's not the same genre of shooters, right? It's its
True.
own niche within. Like it essentially created its own shooter niche. No one was
So-
creating a heavy story-driven first-person shooter.
If I can pivot then,
Pivot.
moving on to Elder Scrolls. Have you ever felt good when you hit someone in Elder Scrolls?
No.
Like there have been
It
good
definitely
action
felt
RPGs for
In the first-person view?
Yes and no.
For Melee? That's
it's-
really hard to do. I would say from a gameplay perspective, it's really hard to do a first-person Melee game.
That's true.
That's
but
why
then
you
you
got to
think about
go.
the fact that indie
stealth archer.
studios have done it.
Who did it? Who's done
Yeah, but it's a,
when
a
Skyrim
much
came out?
smaller scale game.
Yeah.
A much smaller scale game.
Yeah,
like when you're looking
Chivalry
at good
came out
versions.
around the same time. Like I get that it's much
Yeah.
smaller scale, but also
It came out
it's
way
much-
after, a few years after, right?
Chivalry came out like 2012,
Okay, at least a
2010
year
or
after.
2012. Yeah, so like not too far off, but also like it's much smaller scale, but also it's much
that's-
smaller budget.
That's literally all it is. There's no story, nothing else. There's no world building. You're just,
Yeah.
hey, we're throwing you into the medievals. Literally,
I mean-
all we're focusing on is this specific thing,
Yeah.
which obviously that specific combat is better than what they have in Elder Scrolls, but
I mean,
So-
Skyrim came out in 2011. Chivalry came out in 2012.
So not that long, but also keep in mind, like, I would argue the most important part of games is the actual game part and being fun to play through.
Sure.
the most important part of
Did,
games is
did
are
Chivalry
you having fun
had
or not?
a progression system like I never played it, so
Yeah.
like Skyrim? Did it have a similar progression system like Skyrim?
You can't really compare them in actual progression just because Chivalry was purely PvP, but there was progression. Skyrim had that like big scale find new
Yeah.
items kind of deal. Chivalry was usually just,
Oh.
hey,
I mean,
maybe get a new skill.
I think most people play Skyrim not for the combat, right?
No, you're 100% right. It's just something that I feel like should not be overlooked at this point.
That's fair. I mean, I've always shitted on Bethesda games in general because I thought mechanically they're not the greatest and they allow bugs, and bugs are like expected and forgiven as part of like a release.
It's honestly part of the selling point at
Yeah.
this point.
And I never approve that. Like, I think that's ridiculous. Like, for the amount of money and the amount of time you're going to spend in a game and the amount of money spent on developing the game, I feel like that's just lazy, and we're giving them reasons to not build a great game.
Yeah. I
Like,
From
I get that.
fundamental, from a fundamental like baseline. That's my problem with Bethesda.
I enjoy those bugs like when they happen one off, but they shouldn't be there in like a full price game, you know.
Yeah.
Early
access?
If they end up like doing early access in the
100%.
future, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, we have Elder Scrolls, blah blah blah. It's ready to go. We're still working on it. We're trying to get these bugs out of it, which is not something that Bethesda has done
And that's the
in
reason I
past.
never
Maybe-
played Fallout 4, because I was like, dude, this.
You should play. Fallout 4 is not a bad game.
I'm
played
sure
a
now
lot
it's
of it.
fine. Now it's been patched
story is
over and over
terrible.
again.
The story is
Yeah.
terrible, and
I
the
think-
base building is not
Yeah.
worth it. They should have gone.
Yeah.
I think that was my
Something else
problem
that's-
with Fallout 4 was you could easily get power armor within 30 minutes of like starting the game.
Just don't get it. That's
I get that,
I mean,
Yeah,
but the
don't-
fact that
don't
you
even
can
go
get
for
it
it.
is the problem.
Yeah, like Fallout 4, the setting, music, just general like world building parts of it, and actual gunplay of it, all solid.
Mhm.
Pretty
Most
good.
other parts of it are
Yeah.
just disappointing. Like they're not bad. You just know that they should be better.
Okay.
like I played a lot of that game as a have this on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching basketball.
Sure.
Like I'm going. I'm uncovering everything in the map. I want to go here. I haven't been over here. I'm gonna go look at this.
That's fair.
And that's kind of how those games are for me, just in general.
So let's
I mean,
let's
if they make them better,
yeah.
maybe I won't watch basketball when I
Maybe you
play it.
won't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's end on because we're going over on time quite a bit now.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. This is a great conversation. Like this is unprecedented times. Nothing has ever happened like this. This is worth talking about. Let's talk about some either crossover titles or titles that you would like them like to see, or genres you would like to see the fusing of?
You have to bring Halo. Obviously, that's the main thing. You bring Halo over to like
Doom guy.
somehow into the Fallout, not Fallout. What I don't even, but like that style of like
Or like Doom.
I
no,
think
like I am a ODST soldier, and here I am just like going out into the Covenant world, finding like random guns, and instead of like guns running out, like it's an ammo based thing, and there's different rarities of guns and shit. Like that would be so tight to me.
Yeah, I would say a hero-based shooter of all the different IPs.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just like
Kinda
BR, right? Like it's just a hero-based shooter, kind of like how Overwatch.
Overwatch-esque.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then you have like a BR mode, and then you have all the characters from all the IPs. Because I think what's special about the Bethesda and Microsoft acquiring them is like the characters at Bethesda generally blend in well with the Microsoft platform, right?
But who are the characters at Bethesda? Like
Doom guy. You could
Doom
have a
guy.
power
Doom
armor
guy.
guy. You could have a Pip-Boy guy. You could
Okay.
have
Yeah, yeah.
Dishonored. You could have Prey. You could have.
I don't
You could
know if
have
they call him, but Wolfenstein guy.
BJ. BJ.
BJ Blazkowicz.
Blazkowicz.
Yeah.
You could have him.
Okay.
Right. These all characters
When
are
you
like
say
this.
it that way,
Yeah. Like these characters are
I was
these,
thinking like
right.
Yeah.
It fits.
You could have
That would be cool.
Even the character from Skyrim, whatever the main, what do they call him? Dargonov? Novakeene.
Dragonborn.
Yeah, you could like these characters are like these over the top action figures, action stars that would fit perfectly in a hero based shooter.
That would be pretty
You
cool.
got me a little excited
Well-
for like a Smash Bros. Based
Shooter, right?
like
Oh,
Microsoft.
Because then you could have Marcus
right.
Phoenix, you could have like all kinds of stuff, like people in there. You could have even ODST troopers. You could have like Buck from ODST, and then also have Buck
They
from
own
Halo 5, right?
Rare
Like,
too, right?
They own Rare, yeah.
Yeah.
You could do some,
Banjo.
yeah.
Banjo finally gets into Smash Bros. But
Just
not
give me
actually
Conquer
Smash
and I'll
Bros.
be happy.
Yeah. You could have a
Dude.
pirate from Sea of Thieves if you really wanted to, and they had like Sea of Thieves moves. You could have something from State of Decay. You could have, like, there's so many cool IPs they could pull from. Even smaller IPs, kind of like how Smash Bros. Does, right? Like the smaller, lesser known characters. You could have a character from, what's it called? What is it?
Forza.
Forza.
Have a fucking car.
Fucking Transformer car.
Hey, we got a Porsche.
Like,
No, it's just a car.
a hero-based FPS would be like Prime. You could just like some team deathmatch stuff. You could do some objective stuff. You could do a BR.
Yeah. I don't even like Overwatch, and I'm excited for the idea.
Yeah,
I loved Overwatch.
and then
I would
each
be
character
so
has enough
used to that.
variety where they could have like unique skills and traits that differentiate them pretty good enough.
Arbiter would be in there too.
Arbiter
You get multiple people per game.
from
Like, it doesn't have to
per
just
IP,
be one
yeah,
per person.
100%.
Yeah. That would be pretty.
Imagine being
tight.
Cortana in like a hero shooter.
No, I feel like she would
Should
be
be a
a
support role.
trophy.
Should be a support
Yeah.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have Minecraft.
What's his name? Minecraft Steve.
OP.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
You go with a pickaxe. and that's
Steve-
your weapon
Steve
is
can
a
just do
pickaxe.
whatever he wants.
Yeah. It'd be great. It'd be such a cool crossover. And then you have obviously all the cosmetic crossovers from platform to platform, and like from Halo to even Gears to Gears Tactics would be kind of cool because, dude, Doom guy in a Gears Tactics game or Doom in a tactics kind of game would be kind of cool. Just that genre, or even Wolfenstein probably be better for that. You know,
I mean, either. I think of those two games as basically the same.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just demons or Nazis.
Yeah.
It's not a big difference.
Same thing. Same thing.
Yeah, so like I think of stuff like that, and then of course we talked about New Vegas would be a great collaboration. But even it'd be cool
New
if like
Texas. That's what they'll
New
call
Texas.
it. That's what it'll be called. Yeah.
I would love to see a studio spin-off and take developers from each of them, and they like created their own studio together. We have some people from Exile, we have some people from Obsidian, and some people from Bethesda, and they just created a brand new studio under the Microsoft label.
I assume that there will be some movement around these studios.
Yeah. But now we can say that Microsoft doesn't have any single player games coming out. Like
We can?
we can't.
We
Oh, we can't.
Yeah.
I mean, we still can. None of this has been announced
true.
as like a Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suspect
Like-
we're not going to see much movement with Bethesda for the next 2 to 3, 5 years.
I think anything that they had in, like in their current plans previously to this week is gonna go pretty much the same, like
Yeah.
Deathloop and
Ghostwire.
Wire or whatever.
Yeah.
I think those are gonna be the same. I think that eventually they will end up on Microsoft platforms, obviously. But yeah, I don't think this is gonna change the gaming landscape a lot now.
No.
But in the future.
Yeah. In like a year and
I
a half,
think-
2 years from now.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
say when it comes to Microsoft games,
Probably
as a
longer
whole,
than that.
Yeah.
'Cause you still have to wait for like the big things like Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
Which are, I assume, pretty far out.
And Doom Eternal just came out, so I can't imagine they're still supporting it, right? They're putting out their first DLC for it right now. So I don't think id is going to do another Doom game. 2016 was the last one. 2020 is the newest one. We're not going to see another Doom game for another 4 or 5 years. In fact, I would hope they mix it up with Quake in between, to be honest.
Give me that arena shooter.
Yeah.
Doom Arena.
Like I
That's
think
all I
that
want.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Give me that arena shooter, but call it Halo Infinite and make it a fucking good one. How about that?
yeah, I think for id Software, I would rather them do Quake in between the next Doom.
And get Carmack in there. Let him do some weird shit. Let him
Yeah.
massage it.
Or do an IP.
Yeah.
Like id Software do a new IP would be kind of cool too.
Yeah,
I'd be
make
down.
a cute version.
A cute
of
Yeah.
a
the shit
kawaii
that they
version.
do. Yeah,
Don't.
like not a children's version, but like
Yeah.
for anybody.
I want to say In Exile already announced they're working on a brand new IP built in Unreal 5. So we know, and it's in pre-production right now, so it's going to be 3 to 5 years probably. It's all,
Future.
I would say Xbox in general right now, not exciting.
Yeah.
No,
No.
not at all.
About 2
I
years.
mean, besides the
1 to 2 years, exciting.
besides the box that they're gonna have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The box
The
and Halo
console,
is pretty much
aye.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I suspect Halo is a holiday next year game.
Yeah. I'm counting that as part of their excitement though.
Yeah.
Because I think that you always have to mention that.
Yeah.
For Xbox.
That's it, boys. I don't have much else. Crazy times. I hope the news kind of calms down a little bit.
Yeah, this is a very Buck week for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did this come out, on Tuesday? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah,
I
something
woke
like
up
that. Yeah.
and I always I check my few subreddits in the morning and I'm like, NBA, cool. The game ended the way that I thought it did last night. Nothing special. NFL, nothing happens on whatever day I check. Games, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Microsoft bought.
But
What?
It's almost like fake.
Yeah.
You thought it was fake news at
Yeah.
the time, right? You thought it was like a spoof. Like, this can't
Yeah.
be real.
It was too early in the morning. It was like, doesn't happen right now.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, I hope this coming week is relaxed, because it was Series S and X got announced, pricing and everything. Then PS5 pricing and everything, and then now
we didn't even
this
talk about any of the
pre-order shit.
pre-order shit. Yeah,
Hey, Xbox is on
we
pre-order.
don't have to.
It kind of went crazy.
They're all on pre-order. Everything's on pre-order.
Yeah.
They are and they aren't. So
What's available?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right now, as we
Nothing's on
record
pre-order.
this, nothing's on pre-order.
It's all sold out.
But if you're listening to this, It's
There's
probably
a
still not on
chance.
pre-order.
Yeah, it's probably still.
You might be able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy times. Everything's ramping up.
I don't know. I don't really have anything else. I have some uh a new kind of gummy that I haven't tried. We don't touch that very often in this podcast, but I have a new gummy.
Eat it right now.
No, I need to like I need to do the gummies are solidified into one big gummy right now.
Got
I bought
hot.
them offline.
Oh,
No. They're just I think they were just like stored somewhere for a while. I need to like heat them up
Have you
somehow.
tried eating the entire block?
Yeah, not with this one, but I have done that in the past. I got a. It's actually one of my favorite gummies I've had of all time. I'll leave you guys with this, but I got a. You know, like peach O's.
yes.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Peach rings?
So
Yeah.
yeah, peach rings. Trolley has a tropic one of those, and I got that one time, and it's like all kinds of different like pineapple, you know, all those good tropical fruits. And I got it, and I left it on my friend's dashboard in Sacramento in the summer. When we came back, it was just liquid in the bag. I was like, "This is disgusting. I'm gonna throw this away." And then he was like, "No, you should wait till that solidifies, and then we should eat it." And we waited for it to solidify, and then we cut it into like actual like strips. So good. One of the best gummies of all time.
That was beautiful.
I'll take your word
Yeah.
for it.
I'm thinking back on it, and I'm trying to like how could I do that and probably not ingest a lot of plastic, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I do the same thing, so got that going for you.
You do too? Wait, what?
I haven't done it, but I would
Oh.
do it.
Okay, yeah. Well, you and I will do it together next time I see you.
We probably won't, but sure.
I'll remember.
That's
All right.
hilarious. All right, boys
Sign
and
us
girls.
out.
Let's call it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.